Appetit auf gute Musik. Soundcheck wird präsentiert vom Zollhaus Biergarten Hotel und Restaurant.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
You are a street art artist from London, and you have been living in Fürth for about 6 years.
I lived in Fürth for about 20 years.
20 years?
But I'm a musician.
Yeah.
And I play music in concerts, and I also play music in the street.
So both?
Yes.
Okay, but is it 20 years in Fürth or 6? So
I
you
moved here in 1996, and I left in 2016.
Oh, wow, that's okay, longer than I thought.
In the middle, I was 3 years living in America, in the middle of that time.
So when and why did you make the decision that you want to live here in our lovely town, Fürth? And yeah, what was the reason for that?
Well, I've been living in Lübeck.
Where?
Lübeck.
Lübeck, okay.
And here's a question for you. What do you call a musician without a girlfriend?
A single musician?
No. Homeless.
Homeless, because it's without a girlfriend?
I had a girlfriend in Lübeck, and I was living with her, and she kicked me out. So I had some concerts. I was always playing concerts around Germany, and one of my concerts was in Fürth. And I played in Fürth, and two good old Frankish musicians said to me, "What are you doing? Are you going back to England?" I said, "Well, I'm just doing these concerts. I don't know what I'm doing," because I was living in Lübeck. They said, "Why don't you live here? We'll look after you the first 3 months, give you somewhere to stay." And so I did it, and I'm glad I did.
Darling husband passed away. Today would be 1 year. He kept your picture where he slept. Now I keep it here. When I was young, I dreamed of you. Last night I did the same. When I I was sick, I cried to you. Heard you speak my name, Rose. Your little sister told me how ashamed you'd be. She's supposed to be like you, and you to be like me. Your eldest sister worshipped you, showed me an open door. Your other children asked me what I went there for, Rose. You're struck down by illness, inherent and provoked. You search for clues in all you've done, in all you've sniffed and smoked. You're searching for an answer, lost in genealogy. I hold your picture in my hand. My eyes look back at me, Rose. There's very little left now, by way of family. Time has changed, as has the need for close proximity. For you, maybe it's different. I'm praying that it's so. Hold on to the one you love and never let him go, Rose. Thank you very much. Thank you. This is a very early song from me. I think, God, it's almost 50 years ago I wrote this. I'm very old. Ain't no reason for going to be found in my head. Just an old feather pillow at the head of the bed. Don't know why I'm leaving. There's one thing that I've learned. We take what you ain't given. Nothing is returned. Some time ago now, when I wrote this all down, many things have passed me by, many more have stayed around. Like the memory of that first night, the feeling of regrets. I was far too young for trying, my conscience never says. Left my home to look for work and find a place to stay. But the jobs were hard to come by, and the nights were cold and gray. I turned around to see a girl standing in the light. I thought that I could follow her or waste another night. She said it's good to see you. I forced a friendly smile. She said she had some room, I could stay there for a while. I don't know how it happened, but I found out too late. Men and boys came fast and thick. I took money at her gates. Soon I had saved enough to leave that evil place. I said goodbye so sweetly, she just threw it in my face. I figured I could work a while, selling postcards on the beach. I thought that I could start again if my mind was still in reach. Now I move from town to town. My home is my 2 feet. I can't stay in one place too long, 'cause my journey ain't complete. And everywhere I travel, I discard the friends I make. Just can't shake off my history. My instinct is to take. Thank you. Thanks very much. So, to break up the monotony of singing my own songs, some of you may know I made a CD a few years ago of songs from Bob Dylan. And on this CD I tried to play not so obvious Bob Dylan songs. This one, it was an outtake from an album called Blood on the Tracks. I can hear the turning of the key. I've been deceived by the clown inside of me. Thought that he was righteous, but he's vain. Something's telling me I wear the ball and chain. My patron saint is fighting with a ghost. He's always off somewhere when I need him most. The Spanish moon is rising on the hill. My heart is telling me I love you still. Sat in an empty theater and we kissed. I asked you please to cross me off your list. My head tells me it's time to make a change. My heart is telling me I love you but you're strange. I'm marching the parade of liberty. As long as I still love you, I'm not free. How long must you suffer such abuse? Let me see you smile one more time before I finally turn you loose. Step softly down into the wall. Take off your heavy makeup and your shawl. descend from the throne on which you sit. Let me feel love one more time before I abandon it. I've given up the game, I can't abide. Stupid rules that get me sick inside. Maybe men who've given up the search. Whose gods are dead and whose queens are in the church. Thank you. About a year ago, I was playing somewhere, I can't remember where, and I played a song of mine, and a friend of mine, his name is Johannes, he said that he knew every word to that song. He knew it in his head because he knew a lot of my songs, but that song was special to him. And the reason why it was special to him, it's a very sad story. His wife, who was very young, was slowly dying of cancer. And he said that that song, well, it made him feel better. So I should really play this song for Johannes's ex-wife, or I think he still says it's my wife. So this is for Sabina. Say you need to love yourself, but I can't play by the rules. Man can waste what's left of his life following the doctrine of fools. It's never been an easy vocation, doing what you wanted to do. Twilight in this dismal location, I feel the good in you. The road can't go on forever. Pretty soon the penny will drop. All that we've known will be shaken. All of this conflict will stop. Part of me stands to attention. Part of me wants what is due. With little or no comprehension, I feel the good in you. I'm wiped out by too much emotion. Hold up my fortunes to dry. I lift up my inner commotion. Watched all my children go by. Everything causes me heartache. Nothing will ever come true. Telling you this for your own sake. I'm so glad I know you. I can't focus on what's in the distance. Can't care if I play out of key. Memory provides no resistance. My senses are fading on me. I'm anywhere else but in clover. I'm ready to follow the few. I feel like my time could be over. I feel the good in you. Thank you. You're late. No reaction. Okay. Let's do something a bit different. You know, I've noticed here in Germany, you're very fond of Ireland and Scotland as well. And the people that come from Ireland and Scotland are Celts, they're Celtic. But it goes a bit far because I think people don't like the English, you see. And they're always talking about the wonderful countryside in Ireland and Scotland and the whiskey and how wonderful the people are. But you know, in England, we have countryside too. And also, we have music. And this is a song from about 350 years ago, what they call a traditional folk song. And but the theme is modern. And the theme is, the woman won't take the man because he doesn't have enough money. Okay? Yeah, I know, but it still happens, I'm afraid. Down in the valley, in some lonesome place, I wish no better pastime than to be with my love. She says she won't have me, so that I understand. She wants a freeholder, but I have no land. Cannot maintain her in silver nor gold, or buy her fine things a big house can hold. So farewell, pretty sorrow, I will bid you adieu, for I'm going to ramble this whole world all through. I were a merchant and could write a fine hand, I'd write my love a letter so that she may understand. I'd send it by river where the waters do flow. Think of pretty sorrow wherever I go. I were a white dove and had wings and could fly this night to my love's window. I know I would draw nigh in her lily white arms. All the nights I would lay, watch them little windows till the dawn of the day. Way down in the valley, in some lonesome place, I wish no better pastime than to be with my love. But she says she won't have me, so that I understand. She wants a freeholder, but I have no land. Thank you. she speaks like silence, without ideals of violence. Doesn't have to say she's faithful, yet she's true, like ice, like fire. People carry roses, make promises by the hour. My love, she laughs like the flowers. Valentine's can't buy her. The dime stores and bus stations, people talk of situations, read books and repeat quotations, draw conclusions on the wall. Some speak of the future. My love, she speaks softly. She knows there's no success like failure. The failure's no success at all. Cloak and dagger dangles, madams light the candles. In ceremonies are the horsemen, even the pawn must hold a grudge. Statues made of matchsticks crumble into one another. My love winks, she doesn't bother. She knows too much to argue or to judge. The bridge of midnight trembles, the country doctor rambles. Bankers' nieces seek perfection, expecting all the gifts wise men bring. The wind howls like a hammer, the night blows cold and rainy. My love, she's like some raven at my window with a broken wing. Thank you.
So you were living here for 20 years in total, and you were playing concerts and on the street.
Well, about 17 years, because I had 3 years in America in the middle. But yeah, but I've always done both. The old blues music I play is from old street singers in America. And to me, it's not an embarrassing thing to do. It's part of what I do. And I won't do anything for money that doesn't involve music. So I never have since I was a little boy. So you could say I never worked.
When did you start playing music? So
I started playing in public when I was 10 years old.
10? Oh, wow. And why? Was there any reason or?
Well, it's a little both of my brothers played a bit of guitar, but my mother died when I was 7 years old, and my family were always trying to find things to compensate for this. I started doing all these sports that I wasn't really fit to do, and they brought me a guitar. At the same time, I was forced to learn the violin at school. The violin teacher came in and said, "Who's the best singer in the class?" And the teacher said me. I was 7 years old. She said, "Right, you learn the violin." I was kind of, we say, press-ganged into doing it, forced. And I hated it. And at the same time, I started playing the guitar, and no one had to teach me. I learnt myself, and I was playing it all the time. So I enjoyed it from the start.
And so when did you make the decision that your style of music should be or could be a mixture between country blues and electronic blues, if that's right? Or how would you describe your style in
that's
total?
part of it.
Okay.
The first thing I had to do was learn to play the guitar and sing and look at people, because I was very nervous. I looked down and my leg would shake and that sort of thing. That was the first thing. And I learnt sort of folk music and played a lot of folk music. And then the country blues came from a band called Mississippi John Hurt, who's a great country blues singer, and I loved him. I learnt to play all his songs, and it kind of developed from there. The reason I started to play, if you like, heavier blues music was because I would play a lot of places where people, they just came there to drink beer, you know? They didn't pay for music. And the blues music had more of a beat to it than the folk music. So even if they weren't listening very much, they could hear the beat. Whereas the folk music, you need to listen to the words more. And, you know, I have about 200 songs that I've written. And I'm going to play some of those songs for you tonight, not the blues music for you. Because really, I hate it when people say, I'm a blues man. No. The blues men are dead. They lived in the 1920s, 1930s. They played for coins, bottles of whiskey. You know, some of the most famous blues people that ever lived, a person like Blind Boy Fuller, he also had about 200 songs, but he never ever once played indoors, never played a concert. These people played on the street, and that's where it comes from. So I would never call myself a blues man. Some people call me that, but I would never. I play some blues music, and I've played with real blues people. I've done that for 40 years, and I'm a good accompanist for other people. But as I'm not generic, you know, a guy from the south of America, and my skin is a little bit white, sometimes I find it a bit embarrassing to do these things because it's not really my world, although I completely understand the people I played with, and I'm a good accompanist to them.
So you were never playing in the streets of London, but as you told me before, always when you're playing in the streets of Nuremberg or Fürth, you're playing the song Streets of London.
Yes.
What story is this
Well,
then?
first of all, it's a very good song.
Yeah.
And of course, I come from London. But people learn it here in school. And when you play in the street, you want to play something that people know. But there's another mentality as well. My idea is that people here like to know what they already know. You just listen to the radio. It's the same songs for 50 years. You can name them: Dirty Old Town, Hotel California, Country Roads. So people like what they already know. And by just playing this one song in the street all the time, I can be sitting there and people throw me money without playing. We heard it already. And then there are people who complain, why do you always sing the same song? They complain as they're throwing you the money. So basically it works. And I like to do it, and it makes it easier for me, is the truth. If I had to play a selection of songs, it would be harder to play in the street because I play for many hours a day in the street when I do it, not like a concert where you play about 2 hours. And it would be harder. And also, you want to play the song that makes money. So say you have 6 songs, and 3 of them are making money and the other 3 are not. So you start only playing the 3. And then out of those 3, 2 make more than the other. So I whittled it down, as we say in English. I reduced it to something that people like. And I never get fed up with singing it. People think I must go crazy with this, but I don't. I like it.
Something in the way she moves attracts me like no other. Something in the way she moves me. I don't want to leave her now. You know I believe in how Something in her smile she knows. All I have to do is think of her. Something in her style that shows me I don't want to leave her now. You know I believe in how. You're asking me will my love grow? I don't know, I don't know. Stick around, it may show. But I don't know, I don't know. Something in the way she moves attracts me like no other lover. Something in the way she moves me. I don't want to leave her now. You know I believe in how. Thank you. Thank you very much. Here's a little song from me. It's a romantic song about a navigation system, a GPS system. You know, the one in your car that tells you what to do. Navigator, navigator, won't you please guide me home? Navigator, navigator, won't you please guide me home? It's been such a long, hard climb since I started out to roam. Navigator, navigator, I can't tell my left from right. Navigator, navigator, I can't tell my left from right. Can't find my destination, I try hard as I might. Navigator, navigator, now you see address unknown. Navigator, navigator, now you see address unknown. Your words, they always hurt me, like sticks and stones, they break my bones. Navigator, navigator, I'm listening to your dulcet tones. Navigator, navigator, listening to your dulcet tones. But still I'm not alone. Navigator, navigator, I'm pulling at your cord. Navigator, navigator, I'm pulling at your cord. I disconnect your number, get my directions from the Lord. Thank you.
So you already told me now you have already 200 songs written. What are all these songs about?
About 3 minutes each.
But
That was an English joke.
okay.
Leonard Cohen once said that he was a reporter of the inner dismal condition. And that's about me. You know, if you talk about reading books, I love to read these old Russian writers from the 1800s, where it's all in the mind, it's all psychological. So basically, I write from within myself. I don't write songs like, you know, I love you, love she, love, let's go and live in Italy, love type stuff. And to me, the words are very important.
The words are important. Yeah. Okay.
So if I was to say, look, I play guitar, I sing, and I write songs and I record, to me, almost the most important thing out of all of those things is the actual words to the songs.
Are you still writing new songs then?
Yes, I'm hoping to have a new CD come out this year. We've stopped for COVID. And to be quite honest with you, it's been very hard for me because of the money situation. But I hope to make a CD of original songs this year. That would be my 20th CD.
Like a bird on the wire, like a drunk in a midnight choir, I have tried in my way to be free. Like a worm on a hook, like a night from some old-fashioned book. It was the shape of our love that twisted me. And if I have been unkind, I hope that you can just let it go by. And if I have been untrue, it's just that I thought a lover should be some kind of liar too. Like a baby stillborn, like a beast with its horn, I have torn everyone who reached out for me. But I swear by this song, by all that I have done wrong, that I'll make it all up to thee. I saw a beggar leaning on his wooden crutch. He said to me, you should not ask for so much. And a pretty woman leaning in her darkened door, she said, poor boy Richard, hey, why not ask for more? Like a bird on the wire, like a drunk in a midnight choir, I have tried in my way to be free. Thank you. We'll take a break. Thank you very much.
Appetit auf gute Musik. Soundcheck wurde präsentiert vom Zollhaus Biergarten, Hotel und Restaurant.